I am here. I am here with what you all asked for. More of my reviews of the most disturbing films known to man. I gave you all an animated kids film, but YouTube blocked it, so none of you would be able to watch that. I gave you all Old Boy, but you needed something more evil than that sick twist. I gave you all Spooky Scary Someday, Crazy Rich Asians, horror games. I gave you a 2-part feature-length film on my trip to Japan. But you wanted. Welcome to Enos's Disturbing Movie Reviews, and today we are watching Slaughtered Vomit Dolls by Lucifer Valentine. Not gonna lie, the moment I saw this movie recommendation, I knew I would not be the same person after watching this film. This film gets pretty bad, so here are some disclaimers ahead of time. And stay tuned to the end because I have a special announcement for you all. First off, we see a man recording a woman and he asks her, "Will you do anything for me?" And she replies, "I'd die for you, and I'd even kill for you." Yup, not off to the best start. There's also this recording of the woman who is named Angela, presumably as a child, and she says she wants to sing a song for us. When she starts singing, this weird demonic audio starts playing, and I started freaking out. I'll give you all a segment of what this sounded like, but viewer discretion advised. Along with this weird audio, we start getting flashes of Angela's life and all the sick treatments she undergoes. This part actually scared me so much that I paused the movie and decided to take a moment to pray and dismiss any evil energies that came from this film. When I got back to the movie, there were even more montages of her getting cracked hardcore, but then she started saying the Lord's Prayer, and just as I thought the movie was about to head in a better direction, she says, "I accept the devil and subscribe my life to the souls of the damned." Just subscribe to my YouTube channel, stop all that nonsense. She ends out by saying, "I will give Satan my soul if he will protect me," and I'm pretty sure he does the opposite, so I don't accept that. We then see her in the bathroom where she falls on the floor with vomit all over the place, and you will see later in this video where it all came from. The two go off into the bedroom and she says, "Make sure to pay me good." But later in the video we find out that she charges, listen to this y'all, $20 for some sloppy toppy and $60 to get cracked in the beehole. I don't even have to mention anything about these prices. To be frank, it's really hard to understand what is going on because they're just random flashes of cracking, vomit, blood, and more cracking. We get introduced to one of the side characters called Pig, but I'll call her Miss P to reduce the degradation of this name. Under her name, we find out that she was executed in 1976 or around that time. We see her naked and she is crying and throws up on the camera for multiple minutes in a row. Then there's another random clip of this person who is not Miss P where they come up and scalpel their eyes out and there's blood everywhere. The man then takes a metal pick, stabs the eye, and pulls it out, all while disturbing moaning sounds are playing in the background. The man asks, "Can you breathe right now?" And I'm like, she has both of her eyeballs taken out and is basically a carcass of a body now. What do you think? There is then another compilation of girls crying naked and screaming all over the place, and at this point I start to wonder, is someone getting off to this? Like, who did they make this tape for? And is somebody cranking their rod to this sickness? We see Miss P again and she shoves her palm down her throat and vomits. Real actual human vomit all over the camera. And the eyeball of another subject is right beside the puke. We shift to a new scene, thankfully, where a woman undresses and grabs a machete, but we don't see what happens. Instead, we hear these noises again. Another woman is tied up, chained by her hands and feet, while a dude swings a machete around her. Her hair is hung around her neck as she screams. He slices her eye and makes an incision on her forehead around her entire face, and then he skins her face off whilst she is alive. He then holds it in front of the camera and wears it like it's an achievement he should be proud of. We go back to Angela, who is laying on the bed as a man comes in and writes blisters all over her torso. This is apparently one of the nicknames given to her.
Party like a Diddy party.
We learn more about Angela's background, and she says she used to be a tipper, but became a prost instead. In the clip where she's talking to the dude recording, we find out that she doesn't care if she's missing, because apparently that has been the case for a certain amount of time. She then says, "I don't know what's left of me, but you can crack it if you want." Yeah, I cannot make this up. Please no. We also learned that when she was 13, she burnt her local church down and ran away. The night after she did so, she sold her puna. And ever since then, she did so to make a living. Please, you don't have to do so. You don't have to do this. We also found out that she wanted to become a ballerina when she grew up. PSA, if you want to become a ballerina, do not burn your local church down. Once the scene changes, she purges even more, getting to a liquid that I think is blood at one point. At this point, I was trying to figure out who the heck would even act in such a movie. But as I continued to watch this next part, I started questioning if this could even be considered a film. We get introduced to a woman named Princess, and she talks about Texas being a weird place, which is true. And she also talks about how she is actually At this point, I thought it was a real documentary with actual people and actual lives. After doing some research though, it turns out it was just a surrealist film, so it technically wasn't real. But I scrolled on Reddit and someone said one of the actors actually had the bulimia disorder, and we were actually watching it take place. Yeah, I don't know how true this post is, but if that is the case, stuff like this has to be illegal. Princess shows her technique on how she regurgitates, and she also describes the issues that the stomach acid has caused her. And then she confirms that at times she pukes blood. Some masked man then pulls up and grabs a saw to cut the woman's shoulder blade off. And we see her sitting there with her arm off, and he gives her a guitar and tells her to start playing. This gotta be some ultimate troll behavior. How you gonna cut off somebody's arm and tell them to start playing Through the Fire and Flames 2x speed? She falls off the chair and we see her flopping all over the place. The practical effects here look way too real for this to be a movie. We finally find out the name of the dude who is the cause of all of this. Henry. Henry uses her severed arm to purge all over the camera. And the liquid coming out of his esophagus is pure blood. Then we switch to one of the nastiest parts of this film. A man vomits into a beer mug, about 20 ounces, and he drinks it back up and proceeds to do this 4 times in a row. I'm obviously gonna censor, but he's throwing up into the cup and then drinking the cup and throwing it up into the cup, and he's gonna himself. At the end, it's straight blood and stomach acid, and I don't even think you can call this a liquid anymore. This is just strawberry jam. This is just strawberry syrup. It's not real blood. It's not real blood. Lucifer Valentine, the director of this film, is not an okay being living on Earth with us. Angela in the bathroom once again spits blood into the toilet. Then she dresses up to go to the Trip Club, where we see one of her performances. Not gonna lie, we don't want to see any of this. Another compilation plays with blood all over the body, cuts on throats, wrists, and legs, and all types of other nonsense. She then comes back in an office work uniform, but I thought she had a different job. Is she switching careers now? No. She takes off her clothes and cracks the customer. Some dude then starts coughing blood on the floor, and I think he might be possessed. Then another dude grabs a saw to cut the top part of his head in half, popping the cranium like a bottle cap. And then he takes the brain out to eat it. And then he spits some of the brain pieces back inside and also vomits into the skull. The man is not alive. There is no plot to this movie. They try to say it's a cinematic piece about the mad descent of a teen trip turned Prost. But it's all about the mad descent of a man who decided to film the nastiest things humans could do to one another. After throwing up brain smoothie for the next 6 minutes, we see Angela getting into a bathtub whilst holding a cross. I prayed that she didn't do anything to disrespect the Christian faith in this scene. But in the end, she ties herself to the tub by the neck, turns on the water, and engulfs herself as the sick, disturbing music plays, with thankfully police sirens in the background. Where were y'all this entire movie? We was looking for y'all. We was waiting for y'all. We then see little Angela, and she says thanks for watching her sing, and she's gonna go off now. Then the person recording follows her as she enters into the woods all alone. Finally, we are done with this nonsense. Now, originally I was going to rate it based off the disturbing factor alone, but due to some research on how some of the actresses were actually bulimic and some more information gathered, I learned that Lucifer Valentine, allegedly for legal reasons, exploited the actress Amira Levy, who plays Angela. He apparently made her sign a contract saying he would help her with her drug addiction as long as she did everything he said to. So the making of this film might have been actual harm done to a human. So it's possible that some of the scenes I talked about with Angela may not have been acting. Now, I cannot completely confirm that this is all true, but if it is an actual human being harmed in this film, this has to be a minimum of a 10 out of 10. And Levy has also passed away. Rest in peace, Amira Levy. I appreciate you all for watching this video up to the end, and the special announcement I have for you all is thank you all for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.